Hey guys, I want to do a quick video today. I'm going to try to keep this as quick as I can. I got the neighbor's dog over here yapping and barking and whining, so anyway, you guys have to ignore that. So look, this video is really just about one thing, and that's pushing forward when you feel like you can't push forward anymore. A lot of time, and this is going to apply to cancer. This is going to apply to starting a business, continuing a business, or just learning a new skill or trade, or whatever. This video came about because last night, you guys know I build bow fishing boats. Well, I've been running a spool gun welding the aluminum, and gotten pretty decent at it, clean, and it does what I need it to do. But I wanted to learn something new. I wanted to kind of pretty up what I was doing, and so I bought a TIG welder, and this is the second or third time I've bought a TIG welder, and I had gotten doing some decent little welds with it. Everything looked good. So last night I'm doing it, and man, I was just messing everything up, and I texted a buddy of mine who's actually he gives me some pointers on the welding and stuff, and he works at the metal place where we get all of our metal supplies and gas and everything for the welders. And I texted him, I said, dude, I'm fixing to throw the welder into the yard or into the street or whatever. I said I'm so over this. And anyway, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it no longer. And of course, that comes to pass after a little while, and you think about it, or whatever. And you're like, I'm not gonna let this beat me. So I thought about it. I was like, that's just really that applies to the cancer. Like I said, applies to everything I said a second ago. So I guess what I'm trying to the point I'm trying to get across to you guys here today is, look, the cancer stuff is going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, and you are going to be up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down with emotions. And this actually applies to starting a business or whatever, or running a bit. Well, let's say starting a business. Hopefully, by the time you're running a business, you're past some of this. But starting a business, same thing. You get going, and it's just like you feel like you're not going anywhere. Cancer. You feel like you're not getting better. You're not going anywhere. Is this working? Blah, blah, blah. And I think a lot of people, and I've had friends, we buried, I guess, 3 guys these past 6 or 7 months that I was friends with, and people that I communicated with about their cancer and so forth. We all, when we're doing the treatment, like I said, we get to a point where I think in the beginning, we're scared. You really don't know what to think, and then somewhere in there you start getting a little confidence, and you're like, maybe after you start treatment a little bit, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna beat cancer's ass, and all these things that we say, right? Kick cancer's ass, blah 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 blah. And that goes well for a little while, and then treatment gets harder, and you get sicker, and you have more days that you feel bad than you feel good. And somewhere there, you're just like, man, forget this. I don't want to do that. I just don't even want to do this shit no more. And that goes with the business as well. You get to a point where you're just not making the money that you thought you were going to. It's not building up fast enough, whatever. And in both situations, you're like, man, screw it. I'm done. I'm fixing to jump ship. And just, it is what it is. And I think that is why, if you're in life, here's the deal. In life, sick, business, if you're not willing to give it your all and go all and watch this all the way to the end, no matter what happens, okay, no matter how bad it gets, if you're not willing to ride it as absolutely as far as you can to the end, then you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it with cancer. So we'll talk about the cancer side of it. If you're not willing to take it to the end and fight and do everything you're supposed to do, and I mean everything you're supposed to do, your family's going to bury you, plain and simple. There's no other way around it. That's what's going to happen. Because it takes everything you have mentally, in a lot of cases physically, or in most cases physically, and your family 9 times out of 10 are putting in as much effort in this that you are. This applies to the business too, because your family, they're there supporting you when you don't have no money, and whatever, while you're trying to make this happen, and the stress that comes. Same thing with the cancer, the stress that you have. Your family is dealing with just as much as you are, if not more. And in other videos, I've said this 100 times. I would rather be the person sick. I would rather be me sick than have to deal with the feelings that, say, my wife Brittany had, or my mom and dad, or my brother, or my sister, or my kids. The things, the emotions, and the stuff that had to be going through their head while all this was going on. Was probably a lot more stressful. Well, I ain't gonna say probably. It was more stressful. I can guarantee you. Your caregivers, your people that are taking care of your family, their stress level is way higher than yours. You can try to help yourself. That's what you're doing. You can kind of, you don't necessarily have to feel helpless. Your family feels helpless. There's nothing they can do to make you feel better, make you not sick, make you not hurt, make you not scared, whatever. They're totally 100% helpless. So I'd rather be me, but they deserve you. If they're putting the effort that they're putting into this, they deserve you to put in just as much effort and be willing to die for the cause, basically. And because they are, I promise you, they are. But that's the only way you're going to make it. That's the only way you're going to be successful in life, with business. If this doesn't apply to you and you're not sick, you just can't give up. I mean, that's really it. And I've talked about that in other videos, and I'll probably talk about it more, because that's probably one of the biggest things here is having a good attitude, not giving up, and being as positive as you can. A healthy mind makes a healthy body. And when you just think you can't go no farther, or this is the end for you, you can go another day. You can go another day, because if you can get another day, you can probably go to another day. Some people, this what I'm talking about doesn't apply. You're not gonna make it. That's you're not. I mean, I don't even know. I'm not sure how to say that other than being that blunt. You're not gonna make it. And when you come to that point, that realization that's where you're at, and nothing can be done, you still ride that to the end. You never quit trying. I will say this: there's plenty of stories out there. You start with looking at some of these Facebook groups and whatever. There are plenty of people out there who were told, "Hey, you got 2 months, you got 2 weeks." I've seen guys say, "Hey, they told me I had 2 weeks," and that was 20 years ago. So you can still fight to the end, or put the effort in, or whatever. Don't just, like I said, don't just give up. But I don't know. I don't really. Other than that, I don't know what other advice I have for anybody. I have tons of people call and ask questions, and I can tell them the answers based on what I went through and the emotions I had, which are probably pretty typical, right? To other people. But that's all I can tell them. But today I can tell you, don't give up. Stay at it, whatever it is you're doing, business or, again, business, being sick, or just trying to learn to do something. Don't give up. Don't give up. You'll find that you give up and you end up being okay here, longer than you think you were gonna be, and hell, all of a sudden you're healthy, nothing's wrong, cancer's gone, and you look back and you're like, damn, I wasted 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever, worrying about whether I was gonna die or whether I was gonna make it with my business and it was gonna end up closing down, or or whatever. and we end up just that, like I said, that time's gone and you're not going to get it back. So anyway, just a little video, kind of rambled there towards the end. Take pieces out of it that apply to you, and you know, try to make things work. If you have any questions, shoot me a message. Anyway, appreciate y'all. See ya.